Welcome to Digital Toolbox. Today we're going to create tabs on our surface that we lay down onto our Rhino surface, and we're going to use the TextTag 3D tutorial definition to create this, since we already oriented our tabs or our surface onto the Rhino surface. So to get started, we're going to go to Surface and grab the BRep components, and that's to explode our orientated surfaces. And I'm going to unpreview the explode, and then I'm going to offset the curves or the edges by going to curves and grab the offset, and the curves will be the edges, and then D is our distance or offset distance, and I'm going to go to parameters and grab the number slider, and I'm going to edit this from filling points to integers, and the lower limit to be -12 and the upper limit to be 0, and the value be -12. I'm going to change this into inches, so I'm going to grab a one variable expression. I'm going to divide it by 12. And this will go into our D, distance of offset. Next thing we need to do is to scale our lines down. So I'm going to Xform, go to Find, and grab Scale. And our curves that we want to scale is our offset. And then it's not at the center of each curve, so to do that, we're going to Curve and find the Evaluative Length button. And then the curves that we want to evaluate are offset. And then we want to find the half of each line, so that's 0.5. So I'm going to number in primitive under parameters and change the number to 0.5 by setting it. I'm also going to rename as 0.5 so I know what the number is. And this will go into length. And then the P will be our center of scale. And I'm going to unpreview the offset also. So now you can see our scaled lines. We also want to control how much we want to scale down, and that's in percentage. So I'm just going to change this to integers, and I'm going to set the upper limit to be 100 and the value to be 75. And I'm also going to change this to percentage, so need a one variable expression, and this will be x over 100. And this will go into x, and this will go into f. I'm going to unpreview the evaluative curves. I'm just going to move this down. Next thing we want to do is to find each line's endpoint. So I'm going to go to Logic and grab the list item. I'm going to need 3 of these, so paste it 3 times. And I'm going to connect the list into the item, which is our scaling geometry. And then each I, I'm going to set to 0, 1, and 2 respectively. So now we're calling out each line on each panel. And then we need to find the endpoints of each line. So I'm going to go to Curve, go to Analysis, and grab the Endpoint button. I need 3 of these also. And this will go into the item, so we find the endpoints. And then we also need to find the endpoints of our panels. So I'm going to copy this and paste it. I'm going to drag it back here, and I'm going to put vertices into the list from the explode. I'm going to drag it back to here. And then we need 6 lines to create our tabs. So I'm going to go to Curve Primitive and grab the Line tool. I'm going to copy and paste it till we get 6 of these. And then A will go into S, the first 3 A's. And then the second 3 A's will go into E. And then B will go into the first item, second item on the second B, and then the third B will go into the third item. And then the second set of the 3 lines, B will start at the second item, the second one will start at the third item, and the third one will start at the first item. And that creates your tabs. I'm also going to unpreview the item so you don't see the points. and I'm going to unpreview the endpoints. So now we have our tabs, and we also have our listed lines. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to join this. So I'm going to go to curve and click on the join curves. I'm just going to put all this into there by holding down shift. I'm going to unpreview these lines. So now we only have the edges. We also need the main lines, and that's our listed item. So I'm going to hold down shift and input those also. So now we have our lines that we want to cut out with the laser cutter. So I'm going to create a receiver, and I'm going to grab a curve, and this I'm going to name as cut tabs. Put that into receiver and then unpreview that. And then we also need one for scoring, and that's from our main edges. So I'm going to go back into curve and grab the join curves under utilities. I'm going to join the edges together. I'm going to grab another receiver, another curve, and this will be score. Score lines. This will go into that one. And I'm going to unpreview this join. So now if we click here, these are the lines that we want to score. I'm going to unpreview the scale too. And I'm going to move this to here. Move this up. Move this up. Move this down. And then to get the other tabs, I'm just going to copy everything except for the sliders, the numbers, and the function. And I'm going to copy and paste. And I'm going to reconnect the explode down to here. That was a bad choice to copy all that at once, because I forgot to unselect these. So I have to move this down. And then we just need to rejoin these curves into our other receivers also. And I'm going to bring back these lines to the beginning, or to the left side of our definition. So score lines and cut tabs. And then you can move this tab out of the way here, so you guys can have prefab or cut this with the laser cutter a lot easier by telling the layers which layers to score and which layers are cut. And then that's how you create tabs in Grasshopper. And thanks for watching.